Okay, Jose Monkey, find me.
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. This is a good one, guys, because this is the type of video that when you first look at it, it seems like it could really be anywhere. Seriously, if somebody showed you this video and said, do you think I could post this and would people know where it was? I suspect that many people would look at that and say, nah bro, you're good. Nobody can tell where that is. But the truth is, there are really only a few places it could be. So what can we see? As the video starts, this person is standing in front of this building that has what looks like a covered entranceway with these pillars that have like a stone facade and these sconces on the front. I suspected this was a hotel. As the person turns, we can see the parking lot and there are many visible license plates. But most of them were far too blurry to figure out which states they were from. I saw one that looked like it might be California and another one that looked like it could be Maryland, but honestly I wasn't sure. And the fact that we're at a hotel told me that there was a higher than average chance that we'd be dealing with out-of-state plates, so I figured I just wouldn't focus on them too much. Off in the distance across the parking lot here, we can see some businesses, which I assumed were across the street. Unfortunately, we can't really make out any signs or other details. But I did see this sign, which I assumed was the sign for this hotel, and that's because it looks very much like a Red Roof Inn sign. And even though we couldn't see a sign, I noticed this building back here that has red stripes on it. That looked very much to me like an AutoZone store. The only other clues I saw were these power lines that are running alongside the street here, and then this T-shaped or cross-shaped structure that we see. I wasn't sure what that was at first, but then I realized it might be a flagpole, and not just any flagpole. It looked like a nautical flagpole. Nautical flagpoles are designed with a mast and yardarms so you can display 3 flags on a single staff. By the way, feel free to argue in the comments about the difference between a yard and a yardarm. I don't know, guys, you get the idea. Anyway, I thought that might suggest that this hotel was very close to a marine port or possibly a naval base. Okay, those were my clues. I figured I would search for Red Roof Inn locations that were fairly close to AutoZone stores. I figured once I had that list, I could narrow it down by looking at only the ones that were close to ports or naval bases. But to my surprise, when I did the first part of that query, I only got 3 locations in the entire United States where we had a Red Roof Inn that was within 200 meters of an AutoZone store. Now that made me nervous at first because sometimes a small number of results can be an indication that there are gaps in the data. Like maybe there are a bunch of Red Roof Inns missing from the OpenStreetMap database, or AutoZones missing. But it was a short list, so I decided to look at each one. And while there may be gaps in the database, it doesn't matter because the second one I checked was the right one. You were outside the Red Roof Inn in King George, Virginia. I couldn't get a photo from inside the parking lot right where you were standing, but I got this street view photo of the Red Roof Inn. And I got this one of the AutoZone that's across the street. Also, I noticed that the stone facade and sconces that we see in the video are not present in the photo. I tried looking at the Google Maps entry for this Red Roof Inn to see if they had an updated photo, but the only one I found was this digital rendering, so it must be like a new upgrade that they did in the last several months. By the way, this location was very close to Naval Support Facility Dahlgren, so my hunch was right about that. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And this time it was one of the locations that I included in Lightning Round 9 in Edgewater, Maryland. That's only about 45 miles or 73 kilometers from this place. Guys, go check out the map of all the places I've found for you so far. And while you're on my site, maybe go check out my store if you're into that. And if anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.